So, in this tutorial, what we're going to do, we're going to create a coin collector game. So this is how the game is. So if I run the game, you see, when I move, the game takes 7 seconds. You need to put it in 7 seconds. 7 seconds are done, the game will end. So I got 20 points. Okay, then how do we create this game? So let me close off. To create this game, we are going to need two modules, Pygame and Pygame 0. To do so, you need to open your command prompt and type in pip install py0. After installing py0, then you need to install Pygame. So after doing that, we are going to need to create a new file. So after creating the new file, what we shall do, we shall save the file. You have to save it in a folder now. In the folder where you're going to save it, there should be another folder with images. Now these images, this way you're going to find your fox and then your coin. It should be there. So after that, I'm going to call I would name it coin.py. So after naming it coin.py, since I'm using Pygame 0, most of the modules are going to be predefined. So you shall not need to redefine most of the things, like if you were using plain Pygame. So initially, we're going to import pygz run. After importing pygz run, we're going to call my pgzrun.go. So this will import for us all the necessary predefined modules and then run them. So after this, somewhere down the road, we are going to need random numbers, which will help us to place our coin at different spots on the screen. So to do so, we shall say from random, we're going to import rand init. So after importing rand init, we're going to define our width, the width of the screen we need. So the width, we shall call it 400. Then also we're going to define our height, and our height, we're going to call our height 400. After, we're going to need a way to keep track of our score. So we shall say let score equal to 0. Then we need also to keep if the game is over. So we're going to say game over should equal to false. So after that, we're now going to have to create our sprites or actors, our fox and our coin. So to create our fox and our coin, we're going to say let fox equal to actor. Then in the actor, we're going to select person fox. Now this actor class is predefined in Pygame 0. Now this fox, it should be able to relate with the fox sprite that you have in the images folder. They should be having the same name for it to be called. So then on the screen, we're going to have to be able to define our fox position. We'll define our fox position, we shall say fox.pos. And then our position of the fox shall be 100 by 100. After defining our fox position, then we need our coin. We need to define also where our coin is. So coin will equal to, our coin will equal to actor, and we shall call in coin. Now, this name coin, it should also relate to the images coin in the images folder. These two names should be the same. Then we need to define our coin position. Define our coin position, we shall call coin.pos, and we're going to define it in position 200, 200. So that we have initially defined all our characters. Now this width, since most of the games, most of the functions are predefined, there is a class in the Pygame 0 function, the Pygame 0 library or module, which will check whether we defined our width and our height of the screen, and will pick them and then define our screen width. So now we need to draw our characters onto the screen. So to do so, we're going to define draw. Now, draw is already predefined. It's already a predefined function. So we do not need to run or to call it. So we shall now call screen. Now screen is also predefined. Then we shall fill it with green. So after that, we are going to call fox, our fox, and then we are going to draw our fox onto the screen. Then also our coin. And then our coin, and then we're going to draw our coin onto the screen. After drawing our coin onto the screen, we are going to have to write the text on the screen to keep. We're going to have to draw the text on the screen to keep track of our score. So to do so, we're going to call screen, which is already predefined. Then screen has the draw function. Then the draw, we're going to call draw dot text. So then we're going to have to pass in the text we want to draw. So I'm going to call, I want to draw the score. Then I want to add another screen on top, and then this will be the score. And then I'm going to define the color I would like of the text. So the color I would like to be black. So after defining our color, I need to define the position. To define the position, I'm going to call top left. So the top, I want the top to equal to, now the top should equal to 10, 10. So then I would have defined where exactly my text should be. So after that, I'm going to come and then say on the draw. So if I'm drawing a new screen, I'm going to first check if the game is over. Now, if the game is over, I'm going to fill my screen with pink. So to fill my screen with pink, I'll call screen.fill, and then I'm going to fill it with pink. Okay. After filling my screen with pink, I need to print on the screen the final score of the person. So to print on the screen the final score of the person, I'm going to call screen.draw .text, and then I'm going to call final score. So after that, give it a space. Then I'm going to add another string onto it, and then the string is going to be the score. And then I can define now I'm going to define the position of the final score. To define the position, I'm going to call top left, and then top left will equal to position 10, 10. Then I need to define the font size to make it look a little bit bigger. So I'm going to call font. I'm going to call font size, and then the font size is going to be 60. So then I've defined my draw function. Now I don't need to run this draw function because it's already predefined, and then the Pygame run.go will call the function automatically. So if I run my code, you can see that I have my fox and I have my coin, but nothing is happening. I cannot move anything on the screen. But then, remember my coin, every time the person eats the coin will disappear, but I need to place it in a different position. Do so, I want to define a function. Place, I want to define a function, place coin. Now this function, place coin, is not predefined in Pygame 0, so I need to run it after placing it. So to do so, I'm going to call coin.x. Now, I'm defining my x position. Now, the way Pygame 0 is set up is that every time you change the x position, the coin which was on the screen at a certain position will be removed, and then the new position will be updated. So I need a random position. Remember, the coin should be placed randomly on the screen every after the person eats it. So I need to place it at position 20. And then I'm going to call the width, and then minus 20. So these are the positions I'm going to place it in. Then I need my coin.y, which will equal to random int. Now I need to place my position y will be placed at 20. And then I'm going to call height minus 20. Now, since my place position is not predefined, I will have to run it somewhere in my code. Now, I need to define a timer position. Remember, this game is going to run only for 7 seconds. So to do so, I'm going to define a function called timeUp. Now, this function timeUp is not predefined, so I need to run it somewhere in my code. Then I'm going to call global game over. So every time in Pygame 0, you would like to call a variable that you define outside your functions, you need to use the global keyword if you want to call it in another function, which you did not define it. That's if you defined it outside. So game over will equal to true. So now, how do I schedule the game to last for 7 seconds? To do so, I'm going to go outside my function, then I'm going to call clock.schedule. Then it's going to schedule the time up in 7 seconds. So after 7 seconds, the time up function will be called. Now, if this time up function is called, it will set my game over to true. Now, if my game over is true, and then I am redrawing on the screen, and then I check that the game is over, my screen will be filled pink, and then my final score will appear. So now, that is all good. But if I run the code, let's see if it works. Let's wait for 7 seconds and see if the game will end. We're waiting. The game has ended after 7 seconds. But we now have to put in the functionality to make the fox to be able to move around the screen. And to do so, we're going to define an update function. Now, this update function is predefined in Pygame. So when we define the update function, it's predefined, so you don't need to run it anywhere in the code. It will be run by Pygame initially. So we shall say global score. So we need to access the score variable, so we shall call global score. So after calling our global score, we are going to check if on the keyboard left has been like clicked or pressed, our fox.x will equal to fox.x minus 2, meaning that move it 2 positions to the left. What if our keyboard was .right? If it has been moved on the right, we are going to say fox.x will equal to fox.x, move it 2 positions to the right. So now we're now going to go upwards. So I'm going to call a leaf. What if it is keyboard dot up? Now, if the person clicked upwards, what should I do? And I'm going to say fox dot y will equal to fox dot y minus 2, move it 2 positions upwards. Now, what if the person pressed down on the keyboard? So keyboard dot down, what we're going to do, we're going to change the position of the fox 2 positions downwards. So we shall call fox dot y will equal to fox dot y, then plus 2. We're going to move it 2 positions downwards. So now our fox will be able to move. So if we run the code, let me bring the screen. Our fox is able to move. But every time it reaches a coin, our coin is not collected. 7 seconds ended, so the game ended. But our fox is able to move, but it's not able to collect its coins. So we need to add that functionality for it to be able to collect its coins. So to add that functionality, we shall still go in update. So in update, we're going to check if the coin has been collected. So we shall make a coin collected variable. And a coin collected variable will call fox dot collide rect. So if the fox collides with the coin, this will return for us a Boolean value, either true or false. So now, if it's true that the fox has collided, we're going to say if coin collected, what should we do if the coin has been successfully collected? We shall say fox dot, if the coin has been successfully collected, not fox dot, we shall have to update the score. So each coin is worth 10. So we shall say score will equal to score plus 10. Now, if we have successfully collected the coin, we need to place a new coin. So we shall say place coin. Now, immediately we do the place coin. If we go back to the place coin function, it will change the position of the coin. So immediately the position of the coin has been changed. The previous coin will be deleted and then the new coin will be placed. So now, let's run the code and see. So if we run the code, you can see that our fox moves. It has collected 2 coins, 20, okay. 30. Remember, the game is 7 seconds. I only collected 50 points. So let's try to run the code again and see. Sorry. Went to another screen, but 7 seconds are done. Let's run the code again and see. So we can see that, I've collected 10, I've collected 20. Remember, the game is 7 seconds. I was able to collect only 40 coins. Coins worth 40. So that's how you can make this game, the coin collector game. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.